Trời ơi, nó đi tao mày ngồi trước luôn Nhật.
Yeah.
Lấy ngồi bên ông đi.
Sir, put your stroller right here. That way you get more room.
Yeah.
Cái gịch nó căng rồi, rồi mấy Linh nó cũng căng.
Ủa Đon không xong lên. Nè đâu lên đến đây nè đâu. Đon. Lên đâu đây nè.
Chú lên đi chú.
Chú lên trước. Trộn kia tới một chú luôn. Đúng cái này, gia đình này chuyển cả tới sao luôn.
Làm cho mình thêm môi nữa bò ơi. Lỡ ra sao mình phải chơi 2 xe lửa mà mình chơi 2 chuyến lận mà.
Chơi lên chơi.
Chưa nó chưa chạy đâu con. Con cúi xuống cho chú chụp cái 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 con cúi xuống cho chú chụp.
Yes, bro. We could have just sat
Em
there.
kêu
You have the same.
Quý vị sướng chưa? Quý vị sướng chưa?
to the limit. All right, look, I got you. God bless. That's it. Hey, put me in it. Yeah, we
Mày phải đoàn ở đâu lên
Quý vị sướng chưa quý vị?
mày thấy mẹ.
Ủa sao bên Tây không?
Ghế mà nhiều ghế đâu, cho anh chú super lên ghế số 1 với mày đi con nhé.
Không ngon sao không thuốc.
Sao ở dưới?
Bây giờ stop bắt sau thôi đi lại đó trước đi. Giờ không có thời gian nhiều nữa chạy cho nó lại đó chụp hình rồi cũng nữa.
Ở đâu?
Tiếng là nó trả mình về đây rồi mình cũng đi thêm.
Đâu có đâu, cái này là hop on hop off bus. Ẩm lúc
Bú vô nè, bú vô.
Không biết ai đi ai không đi cho nên đâu có bút được đâu.
Dưới
Nhưng mà
xa
nào
quá.
cũng đi, người đi người không muốn đi đó cho nên không có.
Còn cái đi nhà rồi.
Baby nhà ngủ rồi.
Đi bỏ nhà rồi.
Bú lại lên nè.
Sướng mà.
Cove tour train, and of course, welcome here to Key West too, right? I'm going to go through a little safety presentation here, then we're going to hop up. I'm going to hop up in my seat. Then we'll get out on the tour as soon as possible. What is wrong with this microphone? I think this pole gets in the way. Again, my name's Todd. It's up in the back there in yellow in case you forget. It's an easy one to remember. Now, safety-wise, please do driving around town. Keep those arms, hands, legs, everything inside the train at all times. We do drive down very narrow roads close to other vehicles, low-hanging branches. We want to keep everybody nice and safe. Secure any loose items you might have. If anything falls off the train, I'm not allowed to stop and retrieve those items. So hold on to everything. What else? We are a continuously narrated tour. Okay, welcome back. Anybody from New England? Oh, we got one back there. All right, I'm from New Hampshire, so I always ask. You never know who you run into down here. All right, folks, we have her all aboard. Let's begin our tour. Now we'll start our tour here on the right, that little yellow depot where some of you purchased your tickets. That ran as a one-man barbershop for 39 years, right up until 1957. And we did take it over in 1958 for our depot. Look to the right-hand side, just down that little road there. You'll see the Key West Aquarium down there. The Key West Aquarium was the first tourist attraction built on this island in 1934. It is the oldest continuously operated aquarium in the United States. They do offer a number of tours throughout the day. If you take some of the tours, they might let you feed some of the sharks they have in there. They also have world-famous turtles in there as well. I won't give away their story, but they are world-famous. On the right, that beautiful red brick building right there, she's known as Old 91. That's her nickname. She was built in 1891, built as a customs house, a post office, and a federal courthouse here in town. Today it is a beautiful museum of art and history. If anyone's into naval history or the USS Maine, definitely check out the exhibits they have in there. Absolutely beautiful. Here on the right, up on the stairs behind those cannons, that's one of my favorite places. That's called the Mel Fisher Maritime Museum. Now, I call it the Treasure Museum. That's because in 1622, there were two Spanish treasure galleons. They were called the Atocha and the Santa Margarita. Both of those ships, they sank 30 miles feet of water. It didn't take until 1985 before a famous treasure hunter named Mel Fisher, he found the mother lode of the Etosha, and from the ocean floor, he brought up $400 billion worth of gold, silver, and emerald. Here on the right, look at these tall green gates right here. These gates are called the Presidential Gates. And the Presidential Gates, they were built in Key West in 1906. The gates have only been opened for U.S. presidents. Opened in 1912 for Howard Taft, 61 for JFK. They've also been opened for the Carters and the Clintons, most notably 11 times for Harry Truman. On the left-hand side here, look at that huge tree. That's called a banyan tree. See the roots hanging down from the branches? When those roots touch the ground, they form another trunk. So it keeps that tree spreading out. Today the tree covers over 2 blocks on the island. It was planted more than 100 years ago by the Cosgrove family. Now as we make our way through this intersection, I want you guys to look to the right and look down behind all the trees. You'll see the Key West Post Office down there. Now the post office, that's designed to look like the Civil War forts we have. We have East Martello, West Martello, and Fort Zachary Taylor. It was designed and built in 1985 by an architect named Sonny McCoy. Sonny McCoy, he was a 5-term mayor on this island. He does hold the record for the longest number of terms of any mayor. He also holds another record, a Guinness Book of World Record. See, Sonny water skied from Key West all the way to Havana, Cuba. He made it to Havana in 6 hours and 10 minutes. He did it on one ski slalom style, and on September 10th of 1978, that got our mayor into the Guinness Book of World Records, a record which to date has not been broken yet. This intersection here, I want you to look on the right. You'll see a big tall sign here. It says, "Begin Mile Marker Zero" sign. This sign marks the official beginning of U.S. Route 1. On the highway, it runs 2,209 miles north, all the way to Fort Kent, Maine, right on the Canadian border. The green space to my right, called Jackson Square. It's named after our former president, Andrew Jackson. He was also the former governor of Florida. Big brick building in the middle, the Monroe County Courthouse, built on this island in 1890, long time ago. See if we make this traffic light here. All right. On the right, or left-hand side, left, this is left, right? On the left-hand side, that's the Green Parrot Bar. The Green Parrot Bar is the oldest continuously operated bar in the Florida Keys. The building itself, that's on the National Register of Historic Places. The bar is a favorite of locals and tourists. They have a motto in the Green Parrot. They call themselves a sunny place for shady people. It's true. On the right-hand side here, beautiful white church. This is the Cornish Memorial AME Zion Church. This church was built and dedicated to the people of Key West by a man named Sandy Cornish. Sandy Cornish was a freed slave from Maryland. Made his way here to the island, became a very wealthy businessman. So he built that church for the people of Key West. Now we're driving into a neighborhood we call Bahama Village. And it's called Bahama Village because many of the original settlers of Key West, they came from the Bahamas. They settled in all the neighborhoods around us, and many of those families, they still live here today. Now they came to Key West to work in sponging, wrecking, and cigar industry here.
Wow, really?
On the left-hand side, behind the brick wall set in the beautiful tropical garden back there, that's the Hemingway House. It is the former home of Ernest and Pauline Hemingway. Today it's a museum. They offer tours throughout the day, learn all about the Hemingway family. You can even see the original office and typewriter Ernest Hemingway used to type so many of his novels. You also get a chance to see some of the more than 60 cats on that property. You heard me right, more than 60 cats. Many of them are descendants of Ernest Hemingway's six-toed cat named Snowball. On the right-hand side, that's the Key West Lighthouse. Now you can climb 88 spiral stairs up the inside, all the way to the observation deck on the top. Now, I've climbed those stairs, and I've counted them. I had to stop halfway up to catch my breath. But once you get to the top, you get the best view of the island. You can see the Key West Harbor, the entire island, at 5 miles offshore, all the way out to the reef. Now, the neighborhood we're driving into now, we've nicknamed it Gato Village. This was named after a very wealthy cigar manufacturer, Eduardo Gato. Eduardo Gato built
cái
300 homes down here.
Cái cột của
That
con.
was for some of his
Cái con á.
500 cigar factory
Ồ,
employees.
biết gì sáng giờ đi bộ,
Now, in its day, all
chụp hình
of
xong đi
these
về mẹ nó
around
rồi.
us, they were considered a bustling city within a city.
Rồi đi bộ
They
tà
had
sáng giờ
small
đi về.
schools, stores and churches.
Cái chỗ cái cột á, chụp hình kìa. Sáng giờ đi bộ là tới mẹ nó rồi.
Back in
cột
Fort
Zero
Worth
Mile đó.
today. The road
Đó
we
kìa.
ride on, it's called Whitehead Street, named after William Whitehead.
Sáng.
William Whitehead, he was out cruising around the Caribbean in his sailing ship. That's when he hit the coral reef. Now, a group called the Key West Rescuers. We'll talk a lot about the records on the tour. They rescued the captain, the crew, the passengers. They brought everybody in here to the island. William Whitehead, he fell in love with Key West. He stayed here the rest of his life. He became a wrecker himself, and eventually he amassed
đâu
enough
xa
money
lắm.
to purchase 1/4 of this
Ồ,
island.
đi bộ sáng giờ mình xuống với mình chụp hình mình về mẹ nó rồi.
Owners of Key West.
Cái
At
anh ra sáng đi
Whitehead,
bộ á.
Thì đó, xuống chụp hình cái cột này nè, chủ yếu là xuống đây là chụp cái này nè. Em xuống
Now,
Key
on
West
the
là em phải
right
chụp cái
behind
này
the
nè.
black fence, that is
Cái cục đó đó.
Naval Air Station Truman Annex. Out
Zero
in the
Mile đó.
annex, the Navy has very sophisticated electronics, and they're able to monitor everything that goes on in the Caribbean. They actually monitor from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up the east coast of Maine. You'll see the double gates here, the road barricades, very secure area of the island. Also on the right behind the fence, you'll see homes back there. Many of these homes are for pilots, naval aviators that train at Boca Chica. Boca Chica Naval Air Station, that's located 7 miles north of us, one of the top training facilities in the country. Each day I drive by the homes, I like to give the pilots a little shout out just to let them know we think about them here.
Ở dưới đây chụp hình đâu kịp đâu. Xuống đây chụp hình không kịp á, đông quá đông. Đó, xuống đây là phải Key West là phải chụp cái này nè.
Giờ quay phim đi cũng được rồi.
Giờ tao đang quay nè. Bỏ này đi.